Fox here. Well, we have a special guest for our top 10 wide receivers in MUT right now. Throne, I got you on a Friday night, so basically you're telling me you're as big of a loser as I am. What's going on?
We're ranking Madden 24 wide receivers on a Friday night, and there's no other way I'd rather spend my night. I'm doing all right, Guy Fox. How are you?
Yes. I'm great. How's your life as of this moment?
It's fine. You know, it's like I said, it's good. We're ranking wide receivers on a Friday night. I don't know if we can get much better than that.
This is peak humanity right now. This is real men. All right. So for those that haven't seen this system before, we're gonna go rank it from 10 to 0, 10 to 1. I mean, and we're gonna discuss each character and why we like each receiver and like how the game plays. Obviously, with the newest patch, we'll sure hear some of Throne's totally not controversial opinions at all, because he's a right down the middle kind of guy. Doesn't take any sort of sides of the fence. So
yeah, me never. So
no, I could see you. I've seen your videos. You have barely any passion for Madden.
Yeah, I don't really care about it.
Yeah, whatever. Who's your number 10 receiver in the game?
My 10 right now, I'm not sure about these last few guys. I think are kind of, you can mix and match. But I have George Pickens. He's 6'3". Doesn't hit any of the route running thresholds on All Pro, which, speaking of which, maybe we should get this out of the way now because thresholds are such a big deal. Is 90 route running a threshold on All Madden this year? I want to say it might be. I don't think it's just 85. I think 90 route running might be important.
Yeah, because in previous years we always thought it was 85, and I really never played on All Madden part of this year because I thought that there's no difference in game mode, and so I played on this year, and it might be 90. I switched back to All Pro because I feel like crazier things happen on All Pro, so it's better for content, but it might be 90. I actually don't know because I haven't played on All Madden because Weekend League is dead, but now it's revived. What do you think about that, first of all?
Wait, Weekend League's revived? Like, I can play it right now?
Well,
is it back?
Well, okay. I didn't want to get you excited.
You did get my hopes up. My bad. I'll chill.
It's sort of back. Like, there's win numbers, but it's not like there's no top 100. So sorry for.
Okay.
But it's like they made changes to it.
Okay, got you. Well, at least maybe we can play it. People aren't quitting first snap of the game, so that's not playable. But
that's definitely still gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, regardless, the 90 route running threshold, like from what I've seen, I don't play All Madden. I'm an All Pro merchant, so I play a lot of All Pro. 90 is definitely a threshold there, and from my understanding on Madden 4, I'm pretty sure 90 is a threshold in all Maddens. So I'd be looking for 90 on your guys. Pickens doesn't have any, so he is 6'3". I like height, and he's 87 speed. He's a stealer, so throw him out there for Gut Fox. That's my number 10 guy.
Yeah, he's higher on the list for me, and the thing about Pickens is he's been like my most effective receiver I've used this year since I got him. Like, what formation on offense are you using?
So I'm running jets. So I'm running a tour. So like bunch tight end, bunch offset,
gotcha.
Tight offset, a lot of tight offset actually, which has been kind of fun. Like I told you earlier, it's not going well for me right now, so I got to figure out some offense.
Yeah, I'm in New England, and Trips tight end is really good, and Pickens and Trips tight end. On the inside receiver, he shreds man coverage well enough for me. About on 4 verticals, he shreds man. On corner routes, it's mid, but it's always inconsistent on corner routes and in trips. Sometimes they get you, sometimes they don't. But yeah, so overall, like sometimes some routes are just so good that no matter what your route running is, you're gonna fry. Specifically in Trips tight end, the tight end angle route, I always spent a gold card, and he was frying the same as my top end tight ends on that same route. So definitely it matters, but like I even have activated that route tech on an X factor that we got. We'll talk about these cards later, and it didn't fry any more than lower route running guys. So I don't know. I feel like route running is so like inconsistent this year. Do you feel that same way?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, in years past, also like since Madden 21 was the first year where I was like, oh shoot, these routes run differently sometimes, no matter even if they have it's the same route running, same player, whatever. Route running's inconsistent, sure. When you're talking about that B receiver in Trips tight end, it doesn't shock me that player gets open about everything. I'm not sure if you need any route running for the 4 verticals, like vert to beat me in or anything. But I would agree, probably inconsistent. I have Pickens here because he's 6'3", doesn't hit any of the route running thresholds. Probably gets open just as well as the other guys.
I think like I'm right on the same plane as you as a height dude. I, for one, I put Pickens on my list a little bit higher, but right here, I went with Finneran. Now, he is, 86 speed, and you really only want 86 speed when you have to have it, so it's not a guy that I'd really start right now. I'd probably go someone a little faster. He's 6'5", and I wanted to talk about height right away. How much do you feel like height matters at the wide receiver position this year? Because I feel like it's huge.
It is huge. I would say not as important as speed, but it's the second most important thing. that I look at would be probably Hyatt. Yeah. And I used this Finneran card. He was awesome. Yeah, I want tall guys out wide.
Because, like, I feel like against man coverage and zone coverage, sometimes I just, like, you throw it and then you just cut in front of them, box them out, and just catch the ball. Whereas a smaller guy is going to get the ball caught through them. Whereas, like, a big wide guy, you're going to be able to box them off and get a better catch radius.
Yeah, and so especially after this AP update, we all have gift wrapped on our QB now too. Like, at least we should with the 7 AP. You should probably be spending 1 AP on gift wrapped, everybody, if you're watching this video.
Yes.
High ball the ball to your tall wide receivers. They're so good. Or not even high ball. You can high form too. So high ball with a free form. The tall guys will go and get it. Like, they're really, really good at high balling too. So no, I really like the tall guys. Yeah, maybe it's confusing Pickens is in my last spot being 6'3", but this guy's got good height too.
Yeah, and especially end zone high points. I find because a lot of people put hooks on the end zone, which is smart, and then I just high point one of them deep ends or post behind them.
And if that's Tyreek Hill, it's just gonna get picked probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your number 9?
At number 9, Jalen Hyatt. This guy that got a lot of time for me. I liked this card a lot. Same speed. He's going to be a little shorter, but now we're talking about hitting a threshold. 90 medium route running. Go put Slot Apprentice on him, boys. Put him on a corner. Put him on a post. Watch this dude fry. You can do it with any wide receiver that does have it. That was the way I used Hyatt for a long time. I was going through the cards. I'm shocked to see this card's actually still good. I completely forgot about this card. But yeah, he's my number 9 guy. He's only 6 foot, but 87 speed.
6 foot I feel like is solid. He didn't make my list. He was good for me though, yeah, but he's been out for a hot minute. Did you run the Campus Heroes theme team with him though?
I did. And I would say Campus Heroes is really relevant right now. If you have Campus Heroes, this card's really, really good. It is not hard to get Campus Heroes activated with like a 25 theme team right now. So I think this card's really good if you do have it active. Yeah, decent wide receiver.
Yeah, I didn't mind him. Like I said, my number 9, this might cause some controversy because of the pure speed on him.
Ooh.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's my 9 for one reason only. He's short. Now, 90 speed's obviously fast and it's great, and like you can throw drag routes and stuff and catch catch it and run to the house, especially with how good jukes are and everything. I just like don't care to throw drags. I want to throw the ball deep down the field, and I want guys that will be able to drag their feet on the sidelines, catch the ball, take a hit in the middle of the field, and hang on to it a little bit. Now, I'm not saying he can't do that. I just feel like Tyreek Hill is not an over the middle, even like deep throws, right? Because if you beat coverage, right, I want to be able to loft the ball and then a tall guy go and Willie Mays catch it and run. Whereas I feel like Tyreek Hill, because of the height that he's at, a better chance of getting picked by one of the DBs that are trailing behind him. I don't know. I had good luck with Tyreek, but I feel like I have more effectiveness on my offense, and maybe it's just the trips and the way I play, and maybe I'm just speaking on my ass here. But you let me know. What is your thoughts on that thought on Tyreek?
I have him a lot higher on my list, like a lot higher.
Yeah.
I agree. I think like low heights, obviously not ideal. And then like I mentioned with the route runnings, obviously it doesn't really hit any route runnings. I think you can get like is he like 88 deep or something where you can get like a +2 deep to get to, so he can get deeper. Route running is really fine. I just put this dude on a streak or a drag and I don't think he's coverable. That's my opinion. Like I don't need height on Tyreek. If there was somebody, taller than 5'9", sure, I'd use it this spot. But I think 90 speed is like, it's just too good. I think this card's really, really, even without route runnings. Yeah, he's a bit higher for me on my list.
I believe it. Yeah, I wanted to put him low because like I feel like the guys that I used above him played better than him for me.
Fair.
And I tried Tyreek Hill quite a bit, and I tried to make him work, and he did work. He did work. I don't know. Maybe I just like Bruiser's a little bit better this year. But all right, who's number 8?
My number 8 was Tyler Boyd. 87 overall, 87 speed, 6'2", also has 90 medium route running.
Wow.
Again, and he's cheap too, 140K. I like that. We were talking about Jalen Hyatt, the previous card, the 400K card. So I don't think this card's bad. Very, very similar to George Pickens, I would say. Maybe he's marginally worse in some areas with the 90 medium route running. So for you guys that do have, Slot Apprentice or anything.
So somebody in my Twitch chat is probably going to be like adding me right now, because whenever I say something, any sort of mean, which, I do all the time because I'm a big raging, I'll say it, asshole. Some of you don't want to spend like, go get Tyler Boyd. I told him, I don't want freaking Tyler Boyd. I got 6'3", 87 speed cards out there. What's that 81 overall? I don't want another 87 speed guy. Like, would you have Tyler Boyd for 140K, or would you just save up for like a dominating force that's much more? Like, because Tyler Boyd looks like a pretty good receiver.
Or like, what does like a Christian Kirk go for right now? That would probably be similar speed, honestly. Christian Kirk's 86 speed. If you have Campus Heroes, 87. This card's 35K. So
yeah,
like,
I was thinking Thornton. 81 overall Thornton is who I have. Who I was, one of the guys. He's 6'2", 87 speed. So would you pay 100? Like, so Thornton's 6K. And that card's 140.
Yeah.
Would you upgrade that just for the medium route running?
No, not if I had, no. It just depends on your budget, but like likely no. Very likely no. I would probably just pick Thornton, most people. Should I just sub Thornton to this spot on my list? I like that idea, honestly. I like that better. Can we put a like a Boyd / Thornton?
all right. Yeah, I'll do that.
He's 5K. He's 5,000 coins.
Yeah, I should have put Thornton on my list then. I didn't even think about that, about going budget. I was thinking just top 10. But yeah, as far as budget, Thornton is like literally should be on every single NMS squad unless you are an NMS like a market freak and have millions of coins. All right, my number 8, Von Diggs right here. Recent card. He played pretty well for me on this squad. There's so many good receivers out right now. He has all the route running thresholds according to what we've talked about. All 90s across the boards. I actually want to talk about abilities. Short end is dead, right?
I'm assuming so. I haven't used it. It was relevant on a tight end for like a week or two at 3 AP. I don't know. It's just too much AP right now.
But it doesn't actually make them cut faster this year.
I'm not certain. I would argue against that. There was a route that people were running in trips tight end, like that post route that kind of like cuts like this. The skinny post route. People put short in on it, and it was frying with it. So there's a chance it works, but it's probably just not as good. I haven't even considered using it.
That was the route that I was talking about with my 78 gold tight end. That was frying man coverage on that exact same route.
The skinny corner or skinny post.
Skinny post, yeah.
Yeah, I know when I think it was when Shannon Sharp came out, people were putting short in on him, like Trips guys were. But if it didn't do anything, there was a chance there. Just doing it for attention. So yeah, I don't use short in.
Yeah, I tested short in on a few different cards, and like I don't even think it lights up on breaks. Some people say mid in works for them, and I've seen mid in light up on some post pattern breaks. But then again, like there was literally 0 extra separation that gave me over just like they normally fry on some of these routes. Anyways,
yeah, it's definitely not as good. I've seen mid in. I know mid in works like for fact works on like a couple specific routes, but it's just like not that good. And it's also like they're very particular routes, like certain posts that it works on. I don't know. It's not going to activate super often. Like you would have to literally run an offense and be certain like, oh, I need this route to beat me, and I'm going to put mid in on this receiver to beat it. Or similarly with short end. I'm not struggling to. Oh, maybe that's a crazy statement. I was going to say I'm not struggling to beat man anyway right now. I'll go lose a game to man and hop back on. But
I feel the same way. Like I'm all pro at least, and I haven't played it all Madden. I'm doing pretty well against a man now that blitzes aren't anything, and you just gotta know what route. Like here's the thing. Man will occasionally just lock your life away. Some plays it will run the routes for you, and then other plays you'll be free and clear. So it's super inconsistent, and obviously depends on shading, depends on how well your opponent is, and like if they're pressuring you up. But yeah, overall, man right now feels a lot worse than ever before. As long as you use the right formations, as long as you're using like bunch and trips and stuff.
Yeah, definitely need to be calling good plays, but right now at least I don't think I'm struggling as much against man. Yeah, I think this Stephon Diggs card's really good. I can see the direction you went with your list. I'm probably a little more, I favor speed versus height, but my next guy, my 7, was Keenan Allen, actually. Now, granted, is the 6 already?
No, we're on
7. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Whoa. I skipped. My 7's Diggs. It's the same card.
Oh, is your 6 Allen?
My 6 is Allen.
Oh, we're close.
I do have Allen as the next one, though. And similar cards, you're just talking, I think it's what, plus 2 inches, right?
Yeah, plus 2 inches on Allen.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say this card, I actually almost considered ranking higher because I think he has like extreme theme team value. The Chargers theme team's really good right now.
Is it really?
An 89 speed Keenan Allen at 6'2". That's a top receiver in the game. Right there. So Chargers gets 3 really good players. They get Derwin, Cromartie, and Keenan, which in terms of 25 theme teams, that's one of the best in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I think Keenan actually does have some theme team value then. It's worth mentioning that. You're likely not going to have him on a theme, so I would put him in my 6 spot.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I got them both at 8 and 7, and I think the only reason I have them 8 and 7 is something we're gonna get to. Is you kind of sussed me out before we got online. We basically have them at the same spot with one difference. All right, so then my number 6 then would be your number 10. I got George Pickens there, and of course I'm running a Steelers theme team, and I don't know how much that adds to his effectiveness. This has been the best receiver I've used in quite some time, from when I got him until I just kicked him off my squad for I think DK. Obviously I rotate my cards a lot, but like George Pickens, I love him. Dude's been an absolute like menace. Been incredible beating man coverage, super consistent, and a lot of bias built into that though. So you've already said your piece on him, so we'll just go on to number 5.
Number 5, Mike Evans, 6'5".
He's beautiful.
We like height.
Yep.
We do. 88 speed. 90 medium route running too. So he does also hit that. So you want to go, put him on a corner route or a post. He's going to fry. I like this Mike Evans card. I thought it was a card that was going to be on my team for a while. And now we've gotten tons of really good wide receivers. So he wasn't on there for very long, but he was really good when he was playing.
How much do you put into a run block on your wide receivers?
0. Negative. Not even a stat I've looked at. Didn't know he had 49 run block. How much do you put into run block? Was that what your complaint about Mike Evans?
No. That's like
Yeah.
I like Mike Evans because he's big and I feel like he holds blocks well. So I run the RPO bubble when I need to keep people honest from just pass committing every play against me, and that's really the reason I run it. But it's not that effective against man spammers, the RPO bubble, because the bubble gets played well in man. So it's not something it's basically I run it as an inside zone. What do you feel about that change in the patch that kind of nerfed the adaptive AI against many formations? Like if you're on dollar, there isn't a single formation in the game outside of like maybe spread with 4 wide receivers that the adaptive AI will work against now in dollar.
Yeah, I mean, I selfishly, as somebody that's probably run a lot of dollar, I think it'd probably be easier to play with adaptive AI stopping the run for me. But in general, I'd probably just say I think adaptive AI is probably like I'm typically against, even in the most extreme situations. Like if I'm running inside zone for the 10th time against the same defense, I'd probably prefer there to be no adaptive AI regardless. So I'd probably say I'm fine with it. I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, so the run game this year got a buff. Okay, blocks hold longer, and then but they said they gave the buff the run game because they were bringing an adaptive AI to help solve the issue of run spamming. But then they're like, oh yeah, we forgot RPOs are a thing. So now RPOs are super powerful as far as the run blocking. If you call any sort of coverage against it, the zones or the man coverage kind of stand still until the ball's like at the line of scrimmage. RPOs completely break their entire system and aren't balanced, and I hate them, and I wish they would go die and be buried in a shallow grave. The game is the game, and I'll adjust. So I don't love the adaptive AI as far as like how they balance their game. I just wish these players played like, professionals, read and reacted and adapted to what's happening on the field like NFL players would.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I think the biggest issue when you bring up RPOs, the biggest thing to me is just if you're only rushing 3 with a blitz user, you get pancaked against any RPO still. And that's like RPOs are just they're way too good right now. It is what it is. Like we said, we'll adjust, we'll stop it. I don't know. In an ideal world, I don't know. I guess I'd say I'd get rid of the adaptive AI, but they need to do something about the RPOs too.
I was really surprised this last patch they didn't do anything with like the other big things we needed, right? Like if you're gonna nerf the blitzes, you got to make sheds kind of happen more, right?
You'd think so. Yeah, you nerf defense, you probably get a buff defense in some other way in a game where we really weren't getting stops prior to the game being patched, and now I don't get stops. I just milk the game and win at the end of it. I score with no time left. That's the way I play bad 24 right now.
I haven't had that much trouble with defense in dollars so far, but I'll sure run into people that will just dice me up though. So, but I haven't played comp guys. I haven't played against you. I think last time I played against you was like Madden 17 or something. It was so long ago. So I also haven't played the best.
And you beat me, so.
I'll always hang on to that, right? You were.
Well, I'll never forget it either.
Because I used to get questions a lot like, yo, Fox, you think you're better than throwing? I'm like, you know what? I've beaten
I guess so.
As of right now, absolutely not. You've really taken a step forward as far as your skills. Hey, are you doing comp stuff? Are you trying comp?
Nah, I have Coin Sponsor.
Oh, I didn't know that. You switched to that this year?
Yeah. Well, I've had Coin Sponsor for a while, but yeah, I haven't done comp stuff since like Madden 21. But comp's fun. Like I'd like to compete. Like I think there's like a small tournament tomorrow I might play in for fun. That's like not EA sanctioned, so I might play in like some of those that are on Twitch and stuff. I won't play in the MCS. And honestly, it's probably a waste of time for me. It'd be a good content.
Yeah,
Who's your 5?
Like, all right, so off the board, I went with a card that we're getting tomorrow. So we have not used this Torrey Holt card yet. I just expect 89 speed to be good. He's 6 foot. I googled it. Route running solid, catching solid. Just kind of seems like a fine card, I guess. Nothing really stands out about him. I mean, I don't think he's going to get any abilities. Will he get, like, route tech? I don't know.
I don't know about him. Yeah, it'll probably be the exact same abilities as the other cards. I think this card looks really good. It's just, yeah, he's not tall, and if you value height, this card probably wouldn't play for you then.
Yeah, I'll try him out, and I'm sure he'll do well, but like almost every single receiver, I feel like does well now, no matter what route concept you're calling. We talk about time in the pocket, and like against the 4-man, how many seconds do you think you have in the pocket against the 4-man rush right now?
I think the 4-man's pretty good. Like if I play against somebody with a 4-man with contains, like literally just contain and just let me sit in the pocket, I feel like I can't get a cover 3 beater off, but that's a long time too. Enough time to throw something deep. The sheds are pretty good against 4-man rush. Like I think 4 down lineman's really good right now.
Yeah, the issue is like EA, I feel like has catered their coverage to stopping one play touchdowns to the detriment of their actual coverage.
Ooh, okay.
Cover 4. For example, in previous years, you could run Portland concepts, which IRL beat cover 4. But this year, I tried Portland concepts in practice mode, and like the guy goes and plays it. I'll always remember Madden 16 dime flat cover 4 because they played aggressive. Like cover 4 safeties, I walked them down. I wanted to play aggressive there, but now they just like sprint back. You can literally throw a streak right at their face on a tight end streak. And that's not something you used to be able to do. I feel like the detriment of the game has them making cover 4 safeties bail very hard, harder than I want them to bail. I wish there's like options on how you set your zones to play on cover 4 aggressive, or like that's what you think Match would do, but Match does a whole different thing broken wise. But I don't know, old man rambles, but what do you think?
No, I agree. Well, I mean, I'm a big, like, I'd like to just be able to take the top off the defense. I know what coverage they're in. That'd be nice if I pick up, I don't know. That'd be cool. I'm big on throwing the ball deep. I completely agree in terms of like what they've done to cover 4. Like, for instance, let's just look at like a simple thing. Like, I don't know, if I was to stop like the seam route on Y on verticals and trips head on, just call, like in past years, call cover 4, bring a safety down. You know, you're bagging that route. This year, they just throw it. Yep. I remember I called that defense for the first month, and the whole time I knew they could throw it, but I just thought it looked scary enough that they wouldn't throw it. So I was like, I'm going to keep doing it. No, they play nothing. They play absolutely nothing. That coverage is good, but yeah, the inside safeties, they drop straight back. I used to, I feel like, get like really into being concerned about like how I wanted the game to play or whatever, and now it's just, we're so, like, what is this? Probably, I guess it's like my 7th year of playing the game a lot. Whatever they do to it, I don't know. I got no control over it. I just play it.
Yeah, you just basically adapt to the circumstances and just make the best of it, which is a good attitude to have. I mean, I've talked to other people, like, you know, that's exactly like MMG's attitude now. He said he used to care a lot about the game and how it played, and now he's just like, you know what, have fun with it, just whatever. The game is the game, and I'll just worry about my own universe.
Dude, I completely agree. Try to take that. I probably don't. I could definitely be better. I try to feel that way about it.
Yeah, I still dumbly want things to work well and get fired up about it. All right, anyways,
we need somebody. We need a voice for us. So we appreciate you, Gut Fox.
Thanks, appreciate you, Thune. All right, who's your number 4?
My number 4. So this would be the first guy that I'm technically cutting. Oh, it's so sad too. I have Calvin here. I have Calvin cut. Really? Calvin's not a starting receiver for me anymore. It's hard to do. That's so hard to do. I think this card was so good. Nah, the 6. Yeah, we're only gonna have one 6'5" guy in my top 3, I guess. Yeah, little 88 speed. I would use the 3 guys that we have above this guy. I think he's really good. If you want to use this guy, more power to. Like, I don't want to play against Calvin Johnson, honestly. I'd probably prefer people use my receivers. I don't want to get dunked on. You know, I again, this is another card I thought I'd have for a really long time. And Czech Legend revealed today, and I don't think this guy will be in my top 3.
Yeah, I love Calvin. I really do. I think he's phenomenal. I basically, well, we kind of went through. I'll go my 4 and 3 right here. I got Megatron and Mike Evans, my 2 6'5" guys. So Megatron is still in my top 3. I think I know because we talked about this guy earlier. A spoiler alert for those that don't remember the earlier part of this conversation. I don't know. There's something about the big body and being able to box out. I know EA said they nerfed the ability to kind of like. Did you ever do that? Did you do that where like what people call man coverage? You just like, you know, face catch them. I think the Madden 15 style. We're just kind of.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I think I know what you're talking about. Kind of. I can't trigger it like I know agging last year was obviously really consistent, but I can't trigger consistent here. I feel like.
Were you using gift
I will
wrap?
say if you have a tall receiver, guys, if you have a tall receiver and you throw it, I mean, it's not gonna get picked. The receiver gonna do pick it on Calvin? No, the ball's gonna fall to the ground. You're gonna be on 2nd and 10. Like Calvin Johnson's, he's that guy. Like I like it.
Yeah, the Gmias offense. Just throw it deep and catch it with the tall guy.
I have nightmares still. Yeah, so my three I had it. Torrey Holt.
Oh, okay, you went Torrey Holt there. All right.
I went Torrey Holt in the 3 spot.
So you'll give up 5 inches for 1 speed?
Yeah, really? And then I'll put him on a streak. Yeah, and then I'll throw a drag.
Now, by throwing on a streak, do you mean against specific coverages, or?
I mean, yeah, if he's in press man, or it could be any. Like, definitely not any. Sorry, definitely not anything. Like, if I have press with Tyreek, I my chances a lot of the time. Maybe not always, but
yeah,
I think having speed. Like I've said it for years, I value speed way more than anything. I really want to be able to use tall wide receivers when I can, but like right now, like 2 of the fastest guys just aren't that tall. So
a lot of people, and this kind of like leads to a greater discussion around theme teams and stuff and how important they are, and like, oh, does it matter getting that +1 or 2 speed? If you look at the difference between this Torrey Holt and some of these most expensive cards in the game, the difference between them and some really cheap cards is literally only 1 or 2 speed. So the fact marginal. That like Nico Collins is 6'4" and he's 86 speed, and the difference between him and Megatron is 200k, so one's like 3 times as much, and it's just 2 speed. So like the theme team would basically equalize that out. I mean, obviously there's other things with Megatron he has route running thresholds, but you know, that's how important speed is to a lot of us, and it makes sense because it's been the #1 thing in Madden, probably with the exception of maybe some abilities and how important those were in some previous couple years here. Speed's #1 in Madden.
And then obviously second is height. I will still say second is height, whether it be DBs or tight end, wide receiver, wherever. I still value height tons too. You know,
I feel like I value height more on DBs than wide receivers. Is that weird?
Oh, no, not weird at all. I don't play small DBs. Like Trey Brown didn't see my field, and that wide receiver or that 5'10" Seahawks DB.
Yeah.
So like I will say I do value height a lot on DBs. I think they catch the ball more, and they swap better too.
Yeah, those inches are important.
So Holt was my 3. I have Hill as 2. But Tyreek is staying there for me. Get rid of this guy. So he's too fast.
So like, okay, the reason why I don't like Tyreek is I don't feel like he's like, if I'm making a read, right, and same on the goal line, and like if I want to throw a ball and I want to throw like a high point and it just flashes open, I can't really do that with him, right? I feel like he's limited in his use versus tall players. Whereas like a guy like Megatron, if I streak him against almost every single player in the game, if it's press man, he's getting a touchdown just like Tyreek.
I think the 2 speed's like a huge difference between those 2.
Well,
like I wouldn't equate those the same though.
Okay, so and the press man, which means like a shade underneath man, Megatron is going to be behind the guy, Tyreek's going to be behind the guy. And yes, Tyreek might get more separation, true, but the throw to Megatron, it's still going to get caught because he's got the higher reach and the distance on it, I feel like.
If Calvin's catching it, Tyreek's running it and running into that.
I think that's a 5 point. You're getting 6 points where Megatron is just getting the catch and getting you 60 yards.
Now, I do think Calvin's really good. And there's a really good chance, by the way, don't get me wrong, guys, I haven't even used Holt. There's a really good chance I go boot up into my next game I record after Holt or whatever, and Calvin's my wide receiver 3. It's like there is a really good chance that that's the case. I think Hill would probably stay over Holt. I guess maybe I have a decision to make between those 2. Maybe I just go Holt instead of Hill. I don't know. No, I think Hill is really, really...
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is DK Metcalf. Because he's got Tyreek's speed plus 6'3", almost perfect. Almost the perfect receiver in the game right now.
Yeah, and if you just happen to throw a few completions to him, he gets route tech for the rest of the game, which you were saying might not work, but...
it's inconsistent is basically what I've seen.
This card's so good.
84 impact block? Oh my god.
Oh, you're going to play him at X. So your DK Metcalf, probably the best wide receiver in regs last year because he was 95 speed, 6'3". You know, you get the fast, tall guys, which is what he is right now. He's the fastest tall guy in the receiver, or in receivers in MUT. You know, he's probably the best wide receiver in the game. I think I know who you have it. I think. Yeah, DK's good. He's my number 1. So if you want to put him as mine.
Okay. I mean, he's perfect, right? Fastest card and tall. And like, I don't know, how much do you believe, obviously he doesn't have the 90 meter hour, but how much do you believe agility and change of direction matter as far as beating man coverage?
Minimal. I don't even look at them probably. Do you think they matter a lot?
They might factor into the, like, because if you remember the matchup wheel, agility would always, it'd be like agility would factor into the matchup wheel when they'd say like route running versus man coverage.
Yeah.
So it might go into the formula. I don't know the exact ratio though. All I know is my ratio plus I've fallen off, which I get quite a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You're definitely always going to want like the better agility or COD, but just when the player looks like this, like that's the last thing I look at. Yeah, no, this card. I'll tell you one thing: it doesn't play like he has bad COD. I've never noticed it.
How much do you value rack on receivers and after catching the ball and making guys miss?
So I think pretty big. It's a big reason why, like for tight ends, I like having a guy that can juke. I don't like a guy that trucks. The juking's just so good. I think all the receivers are probably going to be similar, making people miss after the catch compared to each other. I feel like you just juke and just make a miss.
That's fair. Yeah, my number 1 on my list is not even...
I like this.
Not even a wide receiver.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is basically DK Metcalf plus 3 inches. 90 speed, great acceleration. Again, low agility and change of direction. But we just talked about that. I got nothing to say. And the thing about Kyle Pitts also, and this is something that's nice, is he's a tight end. So if I ever go against somebody in dollar and maybe they're giving me trouble, because like not a lot of other things give you trouble right now as far as getting home without getting picked up, you could just audible down the I form, run like dives and stretch alert lookies and stuff like that. There's that option also, or you know, New England, we got deuce close, I can audible down to 0-1 trap. That's the benefit of Kyle Pitts at your wide receiver spot too, in addition. But yeah, kind of a cheat because he's not a wide receiver, but 6'6", 90 speed.
Yeah, and so you're running trips. I'm gonna assume you're running tight end apprentice.
Yep. With
Vernon Davis at tight end. That's who you'd be using anyway. This Kyle Pitts is a free card. You probably wouldn't even be your tight end. Yeah, that's nuts. I run tight end apprentice as well. So the biggest thing for me with Pitts, I'm not sure if I can put him at wide up because then your personnel changes and I audible between all the shotguns. If I do, then I would be able to weak box. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to consider doing that because I actually was using Vernon just straight up at tight end and Pitts isn't seeing my field. This card is just, you're right, it's just so good. And he's 6'6", so he's literally, yeah, this is Kyle Finneran right here. Sorry, Brian Finneran. It's the same thing. Brian Finneran right here.
this is an insane card they printed at I guess luckily for the rest of the NFL, we're not in charge of the Falcons, or else this guy would be just running the whole dang thing. All right, Throne, I really appreciate you stopping in and recording this wide receiver ranking. Chat, let me know which ones we screwed up. Who do you guys like the best? Obviously, Throne's channel will be linked in the description. Go sub there. I'll put Throne 2 there since that's where the majority of the uploads go now. What's the deal with that?
I appreciate that. I don't know. It's just easier to upload there. I just click record and then upload it. So
is it?
I don't know. We need to get uploading back in the main though too.
Is it just less pressure?
Probably some less pressure. It's probably a little bit easier. Like if I was to upload like a main video, it'd be like I'm gonna go win with every NFL team type thing, and I don't want to do that. Let me at least find some defense before I boot up Rags. How about that? No, it's just the main videos are just probably just hurt. So when I do upload it, second channel. Thanks for calling me out on my BS. I need to upload more.
I've been saying it for years. But like, yeah, no, I get it. Like your main channel is where your high quality stuff needs to go, is what you're saying. Your high intensity.
Yeah, it's just I haven't uploaded there for like 4 months, so I should probably like upload. No, I uploaded like a couple weeks ago, so it's been a bit still. But yeah, regardless, I appreciate you linking that. And yeah, I was gonna say one last thing. No Taiwan at number 1 though. Is that number 0?
You got me, dude. Well, here's the thing. Taiwan's a professional. These are all just amateurs, so it wouldn't be fair to rank them with the true pro.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, I appreciate you having me on, Guffox. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks for coming on, Throne. Take it easy, dude.
Hey, take it easy.